Okay, I don't know how well you'll be able to hear me, but we're going through our first nor'easter of the season. So just blew my barn door open. We're going to take a walk around. We've been getting gusts of about 80 miles an hour last night. You see my property kind of floods over here. We've been told by the fire department to kind of stay off the roads. There were so many down. Yeah, during a storm several years ago, this tree right here snapped off, fell here. This coop was not here then, so luckily that didn't get smashed. But here's a new shed that we're getting our first nor'easter, and getting some pretty high winds. You can see this here is from this tree, which I've been trying to get the city to cut down for months now. So I don't want to get too close to it, but a lot of stuff that's going on. We lost power, as you know, most of the town, but I have a whole house generator. See by the light, so we're kind of set for a few days. If you can't hear me, I'm sorry, because the wind is getting like 70, 80 mile per hour gusts. And I just came out and found out that this chicken coop over here, there's a huge tree laying across it. So we'll get a look from the back. See how bad this wind is blowing right now. I don't want to get too close to some of the trees, but I don't know if some of them are going to come over on me. So see if we can get a look at this tree. So these trees kind of fell over like last year. I haven't cut them out. But this is the tree here that just fell over. Look at the size of that thing. You can see it here. I don't really get in there, but we're going to have somebody come over to cut that. That's just about 2 years ago. The old roof would have been gone by now, but here's my whole house generator. Let's get this first good test. Let's take a walk over here. Okay, so you can see this tree in the back just went everywhere. Stuff is everywhere in here. But we're gonna have to try to clear some of this up. I don't know if I'll do it today because it's cloudy out and it's raining out, and you can see up here, there's my geese in there. I just put a new roof on this 2 days before the storm, so let's see if we can get back here. See, the geese are limited to just in the front because this tree basically, this thing is like massive. See if we can get close to this tree without me killing myself. So yeah, this thing is like massive. So you can see, I mean, how big this thing is. This thing is huge that came down. So I don't know how much of this I'm going to be able to cut myself. Probably not a lot of it, unless I get a bigger chainsaw. But this is something that I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to let a tree service do this, because this thing is just way too big for me to try to cut. But it's, so you can see the amount of winds we had to bring a tree like this down. And here, there's like the roots of it right there. Brought another smaller tree down with it, but here's the roots. I mean, I can't even reach the top of this tree. That's how big it is. I mean, I'm trying to work my way around here to see exactly what I'm going to be able to cut. I'm going to have to start cutting like in here. Problem is, you start cutting, that tree's going to fall even more. And it's, you know, there's nothing, it's too heavy to be held up by that's kind of a rotted branch, so I'm gonna have to be careful about what I cut just to get some of this stuff off the roof until I can get a tree company over here to maybe cut some of it. I don't know, we'll see. All right, so we made some progress yesterday clearing some of this out, but you can see the amount of branches that are in here. It's just unreal, the size of this tree. But you know, we'll keep hacking away at this, and anyway try to clear some of this out so the geese and turkey, the turkey and the geese anyway, have more room to run around in. We've had to put this fence up here because the fence is down. I cleared everything off for this coop yesterday, but I'll show you the problem that I'm really kind of running into now. So we cleared all this off, but you can see, you know, how this tree is laying on the coop, and there's a lot of tension on these branches right here. In fact, this one here kind of sprung up. You can see how low it is. It was up, but there's a lot of tension on these when you're cutting, because this is basically what's holding the tree up from coming down even further. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to proceed. I mean, you can see this thing is like massive. I mean, it's a good 40 feet high, 35, 40 feet high. My main concern now is the tension on this. If I cut this, I'm sure it's going to drop down, you know, and this could be deadly. So if there's any tree guys out there that know how to cut trees, give me some suggestions on how I should cut this, because I'm a little worried and getting under here, you know, especially if you get in with these branches over here, getting trapped in there if the tree starts to come down. But you can see the size of this tree is just huge. I mean, we're not going to be able to get all of this myself. I'm definitely going to have to get a tree company in here to cut this tree. But I'm just trying to, for the time being, want to get it so I can hold off until spring, because they want ridiculous rates right now because of that storm. A tree that they normally would get $1,000 for, they're getting $2,000 and $2,500. Let's come over here because it did knock some other stuff down. Oh, if I can get under here. So it knocked all this brush down. You can see it tore the fence up. I really just want to get it so I can put this fence partially back up so we can open this area up for the geese to run around in. But I mean, you can see the size of this tree. It's just, it's massive. I mean, that root ball probably stands, I'm going to say 10 feet high. I can't even come close to reaching it, but yeah, so this is something that we're going to have to get a tree place to do. And I'm not even sure a tree place can do it without a crane. And you never get a crane back here. I mean, you just couldn't get one back here to do this. So I'm not really sure, you know, how to proceed, because working on a tree this size is a little dangerous, especially since I don't generally do this type of work. I am going to try to clear this out today, so at least we can get back here and come around this way when the geese are in the pen, and we can work on the back part of the tree over here. So this is probably what I'll clear out today. I'll start working on this as long as I can get these trees up, because that tree came out with the storm too. Here's one of my dogs. She never gets in here. So all right, so let me go get my chainsaw, and we'll start working on this back piece over here. Okay, so we did some work out here today. We got, you know, a good portion of this cleared out. You can at least get back here now. You can see what was cleared out. We cleared out some stuff over here. You know, this was all cut off. So we can at least get back here now. So tomorrow, I think the goal is to cut, you know, this one down, which is pretty easy. But you can get a better look at the size of that tree, how tall it is. But like I said, we want to get this fence up at least, you know, somewhere. I don't think the geese are going to go in over here where it's, but it, you know, it really knocked down a lot of stuff when this tree came down. Knocked all these smaller trees down. And I think this is, I don't think this is holding it up, but you know, this is obviously all rotten right there, so I don't think that's holding it up. I think what's holding it up is a lot of it's resting on the coops there. So all right, so that's going to do it for today. We'll you know, keep plugging away at this, and I think, you know, I talked to my wife today. I think really the only solution is we're gonna have to get a crane in here somehow. Maybe we can get it from the neighbor's property over here. I don't know if I can get in there, you can see it, but they own bogs over there. There's a building right there if you see it, so you could fit a crane in there, but I'm not really sure what we should do at this point. So anyway, we'll keep plugging away at clearing this out. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. You'll get notified when we upload. I'm trying to upload every week now, so it's getting in winter time. We'll be doing some work on the Harleys here pretty soon. I should have a video out maybe about another week. I think we're going to take them out this week, take them out this Friday for a little bit, and then I've got to, you know, clean them off. I'm going to cover them up this year, and going to do some work on the Springer. Take the front end apart, take the cylinder heads covers off and everything like that. So all right, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.